Okay, we can see from the setup that his hands are a little too far out in front of him, out past his chin line for sure. So the hands should be a little lower. And he's also going to take the club back too far to the outside on the way back initially. Let's go ahead and draw the club path in here. Watch this takeaway. See how he lifts the club up? He's actually lifting the club up. The club has moved about 90 degrees of arc, and he has rotated his shoulders hardly at all. So we've got basically an arm swinger here. No shoulder turn, a lot of head dipping right there. Feet are still planted. Does take the club back to the target line pretty good. Because he's got no rotation and this little short arm swing, he's not going to get the power that he wants. Here we see a pretty athletic stance, good knee flex, maybe a little bit more wouldn't hurt. Spine's going up to 1 o'clock, hands are down. I do notice though that the ball is pretty much out on the toe of the club. It's set up, but maybe that's for compensating for something that happens in the swing. Let's go ahead and take a look, see what goes on here. First we'll draw the club line in. Right there. Taking the club too far to the inside. Notice how his hands are drifting away from his body as he does that. And the back of the left hand ends up going to the sky. Then he ends up really laid off there. Then he comes straight up. Now if he comes straight up and then he flies the right elbow. So now he's going to have a tough time returning that club back to that club line. See how he's coming way over the top now? And the ball shoots off to the right. Okay. Now I've got to work on that swing path a little bit. Here's the final golfer in our foursome. Pretty good setup. I'd like to see the hips back a little bit. He really doesn't have his spine pointing to 1 o'clock. If we go up the back angle, you see that's pretty straight up and down. We'd like to see that more along that line. So he's really got to get his butt out a little bit, more behind him, and a little bit more forward tilt there. Hands are in a pretty good position, although the right hand does look like it's a little bit under the club, and the thumb seems to be on top of the club, kind of squeezing with the right hand. That we need to get the club more into the hands of the fingers. I mean, the finger of the hands there. Let's watch the takeaway. Pretty decent takeaway, shoulder turn. Unfortunately, he's taking the club too far to the inside. Once again, what we'd like to be able to see is when the club hits that position there, it blocks out our view of the hands. And you see it's gotten way back inside. Pretty good position there, but he is straightening his right knee. Right now, the right knee is completely straightened up. He's lost all leverage coming into the shot. So he tries to catch it back, and he kind of dips a little bit. The hands are way out from the body now. He has to pull into the left and cuts across it for a slice. When your hands get too far away from the body like that, then we're going to slice the ball because we have to pull it to the inside. And if we go back to where he was at setup again, his hands were there in the circle, and you can see right now his hands are way out over the top of the circle. All right? Swing plane, swing plane, swing plane.